So now we're going to go look at my actual animals and talk about the way I'm keeping my animals and the problems that I have with keeping my animals and the positive sides that I see to my animals, and explain where some of these science and channel and things are going to eventually go when it comes to the animals themselves. So we're playing a game. Where is my Emerald Green Tree Skink Lucky? This is a quarantine enclosure that I have put in the living room to get him settled better with me personally, because they're usually way more outgoing than he is. But yet when I'm not around, I put up a camera and he's hopping around the thing, jumping off this leaves. This is a mystic palm bush, and there's no writing on whether it's toxic or non-toxic for lizards, but it does have the same care requirements as Lucky, and it talks about Emerald Green Tree Skinks going across oceans on palm trees. So therefore, it should be good for him. It's not good for all lizards. You wouldn't want a bearded dragon in there. So I like to play this game. And one day I seen him jumping around for 11 minutes, and about every half minute you could tell he was thinking. And this isn't a perfect setup. He needs better humidity than I can provide, but he is doing very healthy. And we have UVB on one side, a full spectrum that is not UVB, but has all the other spectrums. And since I put up this hammock that goes across, he can move back and forth between the two, and he does. And it creates, see, we already saw him. We already caught him here. Here. Ooh, look at him scurry. Look at him scurry. So I put up this netting so he wouldn't escape. He's a very good escape artist. This is to keep the humidity up, the setup, and we have fans blowing it into the enclosure, and so he has fresh air, and he is very lively. As you can actually see, he's in shed right now, which is very cool to see. It's really neat. So this is a 4x2 enclosure upright. So this is huge. This is what he needs. He has basking spots that are over 90 degrees. It's 95 or higher. Boy, he poops on it. See that piece right there that looks like cloth? Let me see if I can get a better look. There's a piece right here that looks like cloth. That's actually his shed. It's really neat. Now I have this really cool fish tank. It's my nano tank. It's a 46 gallon. And I have Harley Quinzels. Those are glow light tetras. Some neon black tetras. A bunch of snails. I've got a female. As you can see here, that's a female Chinese algae eater. My male just died. And what's cool is these shrimp. I have ghost shrimp and I have regular shrimp. But look, they are not scared of me. Sorry about the shoddy camera work. Look at them. Look at them climbing on my hand. They just climb. Oops, there it goes. Still goes back to my hand to clean it. And that's a female. That's a male. It's really interesting. You see this one swimming to me? That's a male. They swim. Sorry about the quality. I'm moving around. So they swim. The males, the farther they swim, it means that they are the proper mate. They are showing off. This is really cool, but I got to move on. Keep this a little bit shorter. I need to get that green algae under control. I was hoping my snails would. So I've changed the light. This is my crawfish tank. I have one blue and two whites. I had more, but I believe Big Blue ate them. So let's see what we got here. Oh, Big Blue's here. Oh, Big Blue. Big Blue. Let's see. Oh, there's a white one up there. I don't know how they do that. Why they do that like that. There's a white one that does it. The whites are females. Usually you'll find one in here. Yep, right there. Under this. I'm seeing how that works. Sorry about the shaky cam. I'm trying to do this in a way that actually... They are escape artists. I found one of the whites. It would be that white. Because you can tell, because that one always stays in that cubby. And Big Blue is a male. The other two are female. They just got sexed. They were just the age to sex them. And I'm going to put more in. I had more, but Blue ate them. We have guppy shrimps in here, or guppy feeders. And then there is snails that I put in here from my other tank. Try to get my crawfish to eat them. So we're going to work on that and try to get more. I have a 10-gallon, and that's used for when I have crawfish babies. We're going to get... Now going back to Lucky, the Emerald Green Tree Skink. They usually do better in pairs, but see, I have running water for him, and so we have this gecko feeder. These are cool. Use cups from Walmart's, and that's better. Since he's an escape artist, he likes to get between them. It's really interesting. We will talk about animal behavior. So the plan for Lucky. If we can find him now. The plan for Lucky is to build him an enclosure. There he is. He's up here. To build two enclosures that are 3 by 2 by 4 feet tall, like this is, with an extra foot, and to have its own pond in 2 separate occasions so that I can raise 2 different groups of them, and I can actually breed them and make it cameras to where it's more interactive for the public, so we can actually get a better understanding of how these guys live. I have plans to end up breeding the crawfish and selling them. I may have to do that with the shrimp in here because they just gotten so big. See him basking here? Yeah, that's what I love. He gets 2 different spots. I love this. He's actually using it properly, so he's getting what he needs in lighting, and he can move back and forth, so it forces him to be active. And so he's actually very active and very healthy, mentally and physically, which is very good. I have these bamboos to put into his next enclosures and a turtle tank, so when they get out they have somewhere to actually kind of go. We'll deal with that later, so we'll get over a lot more of the science and stuff later. But these are things that I just can't describe yet. So we'll talk about stuff. We'll talk about that this is not proper, but it's good enough for the time being, and he's perfectly healthy, no matter what some people might say. No, nobody can argue that he's not healthy. They just can argue that this isn't the proper, and I don't love it. And so, yeah. So eventually, these guys are going to get their own enclosures. And he's going to get other skinks. Look at him whip his tail. So he's going to get other... Oh, he's trying to get the shed off his tail. That's what he's doing. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I love it so much. You can tell I'm excited. That's cool. Like, he has problems getting it off the tip of his tail. I wish I could help him more. But, man, he is... Oh, my God, that's so cool. I love it. I really do. this hobby is fantastic. These guys I don't have a lot of stress used to, but since I'm a scientist and the job that I've got now has caused me a lot of stress, then this has been, my dragons have just been a lifesaver with stress. And I think a lot of people can think that.